The bright studio lights gleamed across the stage of the Jennifer Hudson Show, where the audience buzzed with anticipation. Today's guest was none other than the legendary Chaka Khan, the Queen of Funk, whose voice had shaped generations. Fans had lined up since dawn, eager to see two powerhouse vocalists together. Jennifer Hudson, radiant in a sleek emerald green dress, walked out to thunderous applause. She beamed, her energy filling the room. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, her voice rising with excitement, "today we have a woman who needs no introduction. She's a trailblazer, an icon, and one of my personal inspirations. Please welcome the one and only Chaka Khan." The audience leapt to their feet, clapping and cheering as Chaka Khan strutted onto the stage in a shimmering purple suit, her fiery curls bouncing. She waved, soaking in the love, then hugged Jennifer warmly. At first, everything seemed perfect. The two singers laughed, shared stories, and reminisced about the golden days of soul and funk. Jennifer asked about Chaka's career beginnings, and Chaka delighted the crowd with tales of her early struggles, her rise with Rufus, and her timeless hits like Ain't Nobody and I'm Every Woman. But then, the tone shifted. Jennifer leaned forward in her chair. "Now Chaka, I've gotta ask you this, people often say that you and I have similar styles. Some even compare our voices. What do you think about that?" The audience gasped lightly. It was a bold question, and Jennifer's smile hinted she expected a gracious answer. But Chaka's expression stiffened. "Similar," she repeated, raising an eyebrow. "Jennifer, you know I love you, baby, but let's be real, ain't nobody got a voice like mine. I've been doing this long before you were even thinking about singing." The crowd chuckled nervously. Jennifer laughed too, though her eyes flickered with surprise. "Of course, Chaka, I respect that. But don't you think it's beautiful when artists across generations inspire each other?" Chaka tilted her head, her tone sharpening. "Inspiration is one thing, but comparisons, that's dangerous. People start forgetting who paved the way. They start acting like the students are on the same level as the teacher." The tension was thick. The audience shifted uncomfortably, unsure whether to clap or stay quiet. Jennifer, visibly caught off guard, attempted to lighten the mood. "Well, I guess that means I'm still in class then," she joked. "And you're the headmistress." Chaka's lips curled into a smirk. "Exactly. And sometimes the students need to remember their place." Gasps echoed through the studio. Jennifer's smile faltered for the first time. Her professionalism held her steady, but her eyes betrayed a flicker of hurt. Trying to steer the interview back on track, Jennifer moved on. "Let's talk about your latest project." But Chaka wasn't done. She leaned forward, pointing toward the audience. "See, these young folks don't understand what it took to survive in this industry. No streaming platforms, no social media hype. Just raw talent and grit. Now, everybody thinks they can holler a few notes and be a legend." The audience murmured, caught between admiration for Chaka's fiery passion and discomfort at the jab. Jennifer clasped her hands together, maintaining her composure. "I agree, Chaka. The industry has changed, but I believe talent still speaks for itself, no matter the era." Chaka shook her head, scoffing. "Talent, please. Half the singers today are studio-made. They can't carry a live note if their life depended on it." The atmosphere had shifted dramatically. What was meant to be a celebration of music now felt like a battlefield. Jennifer, refusing to let her show spiral into chaos, asked gently, "Chaka, are you saying you don't see any true talent in today's generation?" Chaka paused, staring at Jennifer. The silence was heavy. Then she said bluntly, "Not many. And certainly not at my level." The crowd erupted in uneasy chatter. Jennifer inhaled slowly, visibly restraining herself. Her natural warmth dimmed as she leaned back in her chair, her voice cool but controlled. "Well, Chaka, I think greatness comes in many forms. And I also think audiences have enough love in their hearts for both the legends and the new voices." Chaka's eyes narrowed. "Maybe so. But don't ever let them fool you into thinking you're in my lane. I created my lane." Jennifer's jaw tightened. For a moment, it seemed like she might fire back. Instead, she stood, addressing the audience with a forced smile. "We're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with more from the incredible Chaka Khan." Applause filled the room, but it was uneasy, hesitant. As soon as the cameras cut, Chaka stood abruptly. She muttered something under her breath, grabbed her sparkly handbag, and began striding off the stage. "Chaka, wait," Jennifer called, reaching toward her. But Chaka didn't stop. She turned, her voice echoing across the stunned studio. "I don't need this. I know who I am. Y'all better remember it too." The audience gasped again. With that, Chaka Khan swept past the curtains, leaving Jennifer Hudson standing alone under the blinding lights, her smile gone, her eyes glistening with unspoken frustration. Backstage chaos erupted as producers scrambled, unsure how to salvage the episode. Jennifer stood frozen, caught between anger, sadness, and disbelief. The headlines were already writing themselves. The incident spread like wildfire. By the time the studio audience left the taping, short clips of Chaka Khan storming off had already leaked on social media. On Twitter X, the hashtags #ChakaVsJennifer and #QueensClash began trending within minutes. Greater than, Chaka Khan really walked off Jennifer Hudson's show. I'm speechless, flushed. Why did Jennifer even ask that question? You don't compare yourself to Chaka Khan. No one disrespects J Hud on her own show. Period. The debate was fierce. Some sided with Chaka, praising her confidence and demanding respect for legends. Others defended Jennifer, accusing Chaka of arrogance and belittling younger artists. Behind the scenes, Jennifer sat in her dressing room, her glam team hovering nervously. She was usually all smiles after a show, but this time she sat silently, staring at her reflection. Her assistant, Maya, spoke softly. "Jen, you handled that like a pro. You didn't lose your cool." Jennifer exhaled, her voice low. "But did you see her face? She came here ready for a fight. I don't know why. Maybe she felt threatened," Maya suggested. Jennifer shook her head. "I never wanted to compete with her. She's a queen, but there's enough room for all of us." Meanwhile, Chaka Khan sat in her SUV outside the studio, still fuming. Her manager tried to calm her down. "Chaka, listen. That walk-off, people are already talking about it. It's blowing up everywhere." "Good," Chaka snapped. "Let them talk. I'm not some rookie to be compared." Her manager hesitated. "But, it might come off the wrong way. Jennifer Hudson is beloved. You don't want this to look like you're attacking her." Chaka's eyes blazed. "I said what I said. If they can't handle the truth, that's their problem." The media storm. The next morning, entertainment shows across the country ran the story. "Drama on the Jennifer Hudson Show," announced one anchor on Good Morning America. Chaka Khan walks off after a tense exchange with Jennifer. Was this diva behavior or justified pride? On The View, the panel exploded into debate. "Chaka Khan has earned the right to say she's unmatched," one host argued. "But walking off, that was disrespectful to Jennifer and her audience," another countered. Clips replayed endlessly, the heated exchange dissected frame by frame. Jennifer's response. Jennifer finally broke her silence with a heartfelt Instagram post. She shared a photo of herself and Chaka hugging backstage earlier that day, before things went wrong. Her caption read, "Greater than, I have nothing but love and respect for Ms. Chaka Khan. She has paved the way for artists like me and so many others. While yesterday's conversation became intense, I will always honor her as one of the greatest voices of all time. Purple Heart #respect the Queens." The post went viral, with thousands praising Jennifer's grace. But Chaka was not ready to make peace. She posted a short video on her Instagram Live later that night. Sitting in her living room with a glass of wine, she said bluntly, "Greater than, I didn't walk off because I was angry. I walked off because I won't sit there and let people downplay my legacy. I've been in this business for 50 years. I demand respect, and I won't apologize for it." The industry reacts. Other celebrities began weighing in. Mariah Carey tweeted, "There's no need to pit queens against each other. We all shine." Fantasia Barrino wrote on Instagram, "Jennifer handled that with so much class. She's my sister forever." Patti LaBelle reportedly called Jennifer privately to check on her. Even fans of both artists began organizing peace campaigns, urging the two to reconcile. The private meeting. A week later, Chaka's publicist arranged a private sit-down between her and Jennifer. They met at a quiet restaurant in Chicago, away from cameras. At first, the silence was awkward. Jennifer sipped her tea, while Chaka looked out the window. Finally, Jennifer spoke. Chaka, I never meant to disrespect you. I just asked a question because people always bring it up. You're my idol. I grew up singing your songs. Chaka sighed, her fierce demeanor softening slightly. I know, baby. Maybe I overreacted. But you gotta understand, when you've fought as long as I have, sometimes you get defensive. Jennifer nodded. I get it. But I'm not your rival. I'm your student. I want the world to celebrate you, not see us at odds. Chaka looked at Jennifer for a long moment, then smiled faintly. You know what? You got heart. And that voice, maybe I shouldn't be so quick to guard my throne. Maybe I should be proud to share it. Jennifer's eyes glistened. That's all I ever wanted. The two embraced, their hug sealing a quiet truce. The reunion performance. Weeks later, Jennifer surprised her fans by announcing a special episode, Queens of Soul, Jennifer Hudson and Chaka Khan together again. The studio audience roared with excitement as Chaka Khan returned to the stage, not as an adversary but as a guest of honor. This time, the two women laughed, joked, and spoke about unity in the music industry. And when the band began playing the opening chords of I'm Every Woman, the audience jumped to their feet. Jennifer and Chaka sang together, their voices blending powerfully, filling the studio with energy. By the final note, the entire audience was in tears, clapping, cheering, and chanting both their names. Social media erupted again, but this time with joy. Greater than legends and rising queens together, this is what music is about. Jennifer Hudson and Chaka Khan just made history. That performance healed my soul. The feud was officially over. What began as a heated argument had transformed into a powerful lesson about respect, legacy, and unity. And as the curtain closed on that unforgettable night, both Jennifer Hudson and Chaka Khan stood side by side, two queens, different generations, but forever bound by the music that made them eternal.